Yo, what is up squad? PinoE here, and well, those of you who've been around know that Sundays are where we look at this week's upcoming releases and a little bit of sneaker news. If you want the full list of Yeezy release locations, then head on over to Friday's video. And to the squad from Australia, I'm sorry I didn't have any stores listed, but they're not included in the list that Adidas provided, so make sure you check with your local shops. Anyway, this intro's been long enough. Stop what you're doing, click that like button, and if you're new around here, subscribe. Now let's get into it. For this week, things kick off on April 26th when Adidas releases the Adidas Ultra Boost 3.0 White Silver. This pair features a white and silver prime knit upper with a translucent white cage, white heel counter, metallic silver mid, and white outsole. Make sure you stay tuned throughout the week for a list of retailers dropping these and the other pairs that we're going to be looking at. But for those of you interested, these will retail for $200. Next up for April 26th, we have the Adidas Pure Boost Silver. Much like the Ultra Boost 3.0, this pair is highlighted by the metallic silver mid. The stretch mesh upper features a slip-on construction with a wrap tongue, while the rubber heel bumpers provide ventilation. The colorway for this pair is mainly dark gray, however similar to NMD patterns, you will find alternating black stripes in the mesh. You can look for these to retail for $140. The Canadian retailer Wings and Horns is known for their premium craftsmanship, and on April 27th, the Vancouver-based retailer is partnering with Adidas Originals, utilizing the always relevant NMD R2 and the classic Campus 80s, each with a casual, albeit noteworthy twist. For the NMD R2, we get two iterations, with one receiving an updated prime knit upper in a soft gray, and the other in a dark gray single-piece leather upper. The Campus 80 is an outsider in this collection that comes in a deconstructed build with the use of additional stitching to replicate the Adidas 3-stripe branding. The full collection drops on April 27th at select Adidas retailers. It's no secret that I'm a fan of the Nike Vapor Max, and on April 27th we have 3 pairs dropping, and the first of those 3 is this pair here, coming in an asphalt colorway. This pair is perfect for anyone who thought that the pure platinum pair was a little too light, and it features a dark gray fly knit upper full of gray shade accenting. To complete this pair off, the full-length visible air unit receives an icy blue tint. The pair will be available in both men's and women's sizing on the 29th at 7 AM Pacific or 10 AM Eastern on Nike.com, the Sneakers app, and on the foot sites. So if that dark gray colorway doesn't do it for you, then maybe this Nike Air Vapor Max in the classic Oreo colorway will. This version of the shoe features a white fly knit upper with contrasting black and gray threading throughout, while sitting on an icy translucent outsole with white capping on the full-length visible air unit. I think this is a pair that I'm going to be going for, and if you're interested, then look for these to release at Nike Lab locations and on Nike.com on the 27th with a retail price of $190. And last up for the Vapor Max, we have this women's exclusive pair coming in a full white fly knit upper featuring blue flywire and an icy translucent full-length air unit. This one here, in my opinion, is probably the best of the 3, and like the Oreos, they will be available at Nike Lab locations and on Nike.com for $190. Flip that calendar one day over, and on April 28th, we have the Adidas EQT milled leather pack. Starting with a blacked out color palette and classic material makeups, the release highlights each model's signature structural ankle strap with premium laser cut milled leather construction that adds a touch of high-end class to the street level EQT designs. At the retro end of the spectrum, the classic designs of the EQT Support RF and EQT Support Ultra are lightly elevated with an understated premium touch, while the hyper-modern EQT Support ADV and EQT Support 9317's sharp, aggressive silhouettes are complemented with an equally striking visual mode. Blacked out and truly distinct, it's a release that encapsulates the uncompromised edge of EQT. All 4 pairs released on Adidas.com and at select Adidas retailers. Next up for April 28th, we have 2 pairs of the Nike Air Shake and Destruct. This pair has been rumored for a while now, and the shoe that the Worm made famous during the Chicago Bulls 95-98 three-peat is finally dropping. The pair features an asymmetrical strap overlay lacing system, tumbled leather and suede, a uniquely oversized Nike swoosh, and the basketball logo stitched on the heels. If you're wondering why there's a gear logo on the strap, that gear is there to symbolize Dennis Rodman's always grinding mentality. For fans of the model, you could pick them up on April 28th through the Sneakers app, Nike.com, the foot sites, and at other select Nike basketball retailers for $140 retail. We got another one for April 28th, and I hate it, and it's the Nike KD9 Elite Multicolor. For this shoe, Nike somehow took the base Nike KD9 and they gave it an Elite upgrade while maintaining that same $150 price point, so kudos to Nike for that. This model features a slip-on construction with a black heel and ankle collar featuring leather accenting on the tongue tag and a multicolor Flyknit upper. The midsole comes in a Volt colorway, adding a bit of a pop to an already colorful model. If you like these, then you shouldn't have to worry about getting a pair. You can find them at most Nike basketball retailers. We're finally at Saturday, April 29th, and the first pair we have up on screen are dope. I'm a big fan, and they're the Nike Air More Uptempo Scottie Pippen PE. For this release, Nike chose to go with the white leather upper, utilizing black to lay over the bold Air lettering. What I think really makes this pair is the subtle use of red on the toe box heel, Pip heel logo, and tinted airbags. Dope, dope, dope! And these release on the 29th at select Nike basketball retailers and Nike.com for $160. Also dropping on Saturday the 29th, we have these Air Jordan 7 GS Hyper Pink. This grade school exclusive will be available in extended sizing, and it's constructed using a combination of smooth and tumbled black leather with pink accenting hitting the tongue, ankle, heel, and mid. I'm not a fan. It's a pretty average colorway, but if you are a fan, then look for them pretty much everywhere on the 29th for $140. The Air Jordan Pantone collection was originally showcased at the 2010 World Basketball Festival, and on April 29th, for the first time ever, the Air Jordan 7 University Blue will be releasing. The pair comes flooded in a University Blue colorway with white accenting hitting the tongue, ankle, heel, mid, and outsole, with a touch of black seen on the sock liner. When we first saw the shoe in 2010, sneakerheads were going mad for it, and now that Jordan Brand is releasing the shoe, the hype just doesn't seem to be there. For those of you who do like these, I don't expect you having any problems picking these up at most Jordan Brand retailers and the sneakers app for $190. Russ Westbrook has been beasting it this year. He officially took the crown for the most triple-doubles in a single season, and to help celebrate the achievement, Jordan Brand is dropping the Russell Westbrook Air Jordan 31 Why Not PE. Combining classic elements of the Air Jordan 3 elephant print and black cement colorway with OKC team colors on the ankle collar and flywire, this pair will also drop with the Air Jordan 30 midsole that Westbrook has been wearing all season. At this time, I don't know exactly who'll be carrying the pair besides the sneakers app, and I do imagine these will be limited and sell out, so stay tuned for more, but heads up, retail is $185. And last up for this week's releases, we have the Adidas Yeezy 350 Triple White. Just another quick reminder, if you want the full list of retailers, then check out last Friday's video because there's way too many to list again today. Anyway, you all know the hype behind these is going to be real, and they're going to sell out instantly. As far as the release maps go for North America, I do have the maps for Foot Locker and Foot Action. Champs will also be carrying these, but their map isn't yet available. Anyway, Saturday is the day. $220 for men's and $140 for infants is the price, and good luck to everyone. Time for some sneaker news, and we're going to start with Vans. There isn't a whole lot to share with you all about this one topic, but Jerry Lorenzo from Fear of God has confirmed that we will be seeing 3 Vans releases, as well as 4 from the Vans Vault. So stay tuned for leaks of this upcoming collaboration and any further images, because it should be coming soon. Let's head on over to Adidas, and first up we got these dope Adidas Ultra Boost 3.0 Ice Blue. As expected, the pair will come in an Ice Blue Prime Knit upper with a white mid, but what I'm really digging about this pair is the Ice Blue translucent cage and the use of a darker contrasting blue on the heel counter. Unfortunately for me, this is a women's release only that should be dropping sometime in July for $180. A little while back, I did a video about sneaker company fails, and if I was making one today, this next piece would be in it because Adidas screwed the pooch, and I can't figure out how it slipped past their marketing department. I don't know much about marathons, I'm not an expert, but I do know that the Boston Marathon is a big one that gets around 30,000 runners annually. Unfortunately, when thinking about the Boston Marathon today, I also think about the horrible, tragic bombing that killed 3 people and injured another 264. So what's the problem? Well, the people at Adidas didn't use their collective brains before sending out this email to runners who completed the marathon. If you don't see what the problem is with this email, let me zoom in. The subject of the email was congrats, you survived the Boston Marathon. They didn't use the words congrats for finishing or congrats on completing or any other wording that would have avoided backlash, but rather chose to use the very specific word surviving. Stupid and insensitive, and people were rightfully pissed, causing Adidas to issue an apology. Fucking morons. Over to Nike, and first up, we have a look at the Nike Air Max 95 Liquid Lime. This pair of 95s is a women's exclusive that comes in a flooded liquid lime colored upper in some sort of a shiny material. I'm sorry, I can't say more on the construction because I really have no idea what it's made out of. What I do know, however, is that the pair sits on a white mid and a gum bottom, and if any women out there are watching who like these, then heads up to you ladies because these drop on May 12th for $140. And last for Nike, we have the LeBron 14 Bread, and I think this is the cleanest colorway of the 14 to drop yet. The thing I like about this pair is the simplicity, that it comes in a blacked out upper with hits of red outlining the Nike branding and underlay, which are barely visible. May 19th is the date for this pair, and the price is $175. Okay, now over to Jordan Brand, and let's talk about the Air Jordan 12 Taxi and Cherry colorways. Earlier this week, a sneaker blog reported that the Taxi 12s would be dropping sometime this holiday season, and I'm not going to say whether that blog was right or wrong because I haven't heard anything about that. So I don't think it's happening, but I can't say either way. What I can tell you all, like I told you about 3 months back, is that the Cherry 12s will be releasing this holiday season. I originally heard this info a few months back, and then it was P Smurf who confirmed it, and I shared it with you all, and then I once again heard it from my dude DJ Folk. So my money is on the Cherries dropping. For now, there's no exact date, but stay tuned and I will be sharing an update with you all when I have something more specific. And that does it for today's video, everyone. If you enjoyed it, and I hope you did, hit that like button. If you're new around here, subscribe, join the squad. If you have something to say, leave it in the comments below, and I'm out.